Hello, this is Attorney Echo Mercy, and this is your Mercy Minute. Today we're going to talk about criminal history reports, why they're so important, and how to get them. Now, since my last Mercy Minute that was sponsored by Sleep is for the Rich, we talked about concealed carry. And since then, I've gotten a lot of questions. Essentially, my DMs have been popping. I've always wanted to say that. And you guys have been asking questions on how to get your rights restored as well as how to get your concealed carry permits. And it's from different states, different charges, different backgrounds, but the answer to all your questions, the initial answer is criminal history report. You cannot figure out the next step without knowing where you started. A lot of the questions can be alleviated if you get a criminal history report. Now, why? On the criminal history report, what it shows is not only it shows your whole criminal history, not just for your particular state, but it'll show federal as well as state. And it'll show anything from traffic citations all the way up to felonies and federal charges. And we need that with regards to like people who are looking for concealed carry permits. In my last video, we talked about how Louisiana, it's after you've completed your sentence. It's after you completed everything. 10 years from then, you'll be able to get your concealed carry permit. But we don't know when the clock starts ticking unless we get a criminal history report. A lot of people are just going by speculations and going by, when the arrest happened. No. So in order to cut the speculation out, in order to answer your questions and get real help, we need a criminal history. And you can do that very easily. Now, one way to get your criminal history report is by going to your local police department and just request it. You can request a certified copy or a regular printout copy. Some police departments will give you that option. And if they say certified or regular, pick certified. Why? Because you already have it and it can be used in court. So if there's a mistake on your criminal history report, you'll be able to fix it, go to the courthouse, make sure that, the courthouse in which they made that mistake, they'll be able to fix it. Why? Because you have a certified copy of your criminal history. So that will be able to alleviate that problem. Okay? So you can go to your local police department. Now I get this often. Well, Miss Mercy, I may have a warrant. I'm scared. If you're scared about going to the police department to get a copy of your criminal history report, concealed carry permit is the least of your problems. I suggest if that is a absolute fear, then you should get an attorney to do that for you. All right, we're going to talk about that later. Now, another way you can get your criminal history report is by mailing a form out and a request to the GBI in Georgia Bureau of Investigation, in which if you mail them their forms, put a money order for the fee, I believe is $25 to $26, you should be able to get your criminal history within 2 to 4 weeks. All right. Another way to get your criminal history report is online. Now, here's the thing with online criminal history reports. They're not certified and they're probably not 100% accurate. So if you get it online, they may not be able to have, that ticket you got in West Bubba, Kentucky, because it's West Bubba, Kentucky. So you may need a more official criminal history if you're looking for little things like that. But things like that will not affect your ability to get your concealed carry or your rights restored unless they actually ask for, that particular ticket or that particular citation. Okay, so yes, you can go online. There is one place in Florida you can request a criminal history in Florida. You do not have to be a Florida resident, but you can request a copy of your criminal history. It won't be certified. It won't be an official criminal history, so it won't be 100% accurate. But for those who need the information on major felonies, on things in which they're trying to get their rights restored on, I think is good enough to at least get the process started, because we need dates. Okay? And the last way to get your criminal history report is through an attorney, any attorney. Well, let's first start with your attorney. So even if you have a traffic violation, or you're going through a divorce, or property issues, do you have a personal injury claim in which you're in a car accident and you have an attorney for that? Guess what? Go on and ask them if they can run your criminal history. They're attorneys, they'll be able to. And the worst they can say is no, but they will be able to give you your criminal history. They have access to it. So ask them. If you're not comfortable with, going online, if you're not comfortable with mailing it in, or if you're not comfortable with going into a police department, then get your attorney to do it. But first, get attorneys that are already working for you. You don't have to go that far. The ones that are already working for you. That means if you have a divorce out there and you have an attorney, go on and ask them if they can run your criminal history report. If you have a personal injury claim, you know what I'm saying, and you had a motor vehicle accident, okay, and you are the plaintiff, you are waiting on your accident money. Guess what? Go on and ask your attorney if they can run your criminal history. They also have access to that. So you have access to it. Just open your eyes and ask the questions. Now, if you don't have an attorney, for like your civil stuff, even public defenders, all right? I'm saying all attorneys, all right? All attorneys. If you have a public defender, okay, and it's for like a traffic citation, so it's nothing big, ask them if they'll be able to run your criminal history. They have access to it. It may take some time, but ask them, okay? You have that option, all right? So let's recap. Criminal histories are so important. We need to know not only what you were charged with, but what you pled to. A lot of times, certain charges are barred. Certain convictions are barred from being able to get the concealed carry permit. Certain convictions are barred from being able to get your rights restored. It's easy to stop the bleeding if you know where you stand. A lot of people don't know. All right. You probably got charged with one thing, but pled to something else. For example, had a client, he was charged with aggravated assault, but he pled to a county disorderly conduct. That disorderly conduct won't show up on his criminal history. Okay? Why? I'm his attorney. So although yes, he was charged with aggravated assault, he pled to a disorderly conduct which doesn't show up. So in order for, somebody to help you, or in order for you to start the process, you need to know what happened and when it happened. A lot of the questions I've been getting, you got people who are saying, I was charged with, a violent crime. What kind of violent crime? We need to know not only what the charge was, but how many counts. Was it one count? Was it two count? These are things that we need to see. These are things that you need to know. A lot of people are just working off of speculation, and what it does is waste time, and it wastes money, and it wastes effort. So in order to prevent all of that, you can start by just getting your criminal history report. Now, all right, Miss Mercy, I got my criminal history report. What do I do with it? I'm still confused. If you cannot do the process by yourself, here is a secret way. I'm just gonna put y'all on game. Here is a way to actually get some help um, with the minimum of cost. All right. So once you run your criminal history report, once you get it either from your lawyer, from the local department, or online, right? And you have specific questions like, hey, I did the application, but I don't understand, or hey, does it match, or what's going on? Here's what you can do. Why don't you pay for an attorney consult? Now, a lot of criminal defense attorneys will do consultations, paid consultations. So instead of using it for, a new case or a new felony, you can use that hour and give the attorney your criminal history report and also let the attorney know what you're trying to do. The criminal history report, plus talking to you, plus what you're trying to do, you'll be able to get real valid legal advice that you paid for and be able to move on with that process. Now, you can move on by yourself or you can move on with that attorney. It will all be up to you, but it is an option that it is available to you. So please, please, please take it. All right? So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please comment below. I will have the information on the Florida online, how to get your criminal history online. I have information on how to get your criminal history from the GBI, and I also have the general idea of how to get your criminal history from the local police department. Okay? So that's it, Sugarfoot. Good luck, and I can't wait for you to get what you need to get done. Okay? That's your Mercy Minute. Bye.